gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. One of the greatest knockouts you'll ever see. It's time
for you to sit back, relax, and listen to a complete and fucking utter armchair expert give his completely and utterly useless opinions on the one hell of an amazing sport that is MMA.
G'day guys, sorry this episode's a bit later than I had planned it to be. I had planned to upload it on Saturday, and as it turns out it's now going to be uploaded on Wednesday, because as you all know, this weekend is UFC 286, the Usman versus Edwards 3, as I've found out, because I didn't realise that the fight I watched was Usman Edwards 2. I didn't realise they'd had a fight previously, so it is Usman Edwards 3, UFC 286 from the O2 in London. Definitely keen for that, but I shall do another podcast for that on Friday night, uploaded Saturday morning usual time, because I need to do a individual podcast recapping the card we've just seen, UFC 285, the return of Jones and him leaving as the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world. All that and more when I come back. We have definitely just witnessed a handing over of the torch, I guess you could call it, even though Jones was a GOAT in his own right. Well, first of all, of course, Cody Garbrandt got the dub, which is good to see. Love Cody, of course, and I've talked greatly about his history with TJ, etc. And yeah, a lot. Sorry, just my phone lit up. Just had to have a look at it, see what was going on because it's charging. Yeah, definitely a lot of history there with Cody and TJ, and I've talked about that extensively. So I was glad to see he got the dub, because I know his last few fights he's lost. So glad, of course, to see that. Then, of course, Valentina shockingly lost her belt to Alexa Grasso, and it's they're debating on whether or not she'll get the immediate rematch. I just remembered as well, Derek Brunson was on the card, which I didn't know about until I got there to watch it, because I ended up getting to the place I was watching it at early. So I got to watch a little bit of the prelims, and Derek Brunson was on the card, which pretty sure he fought Izzy in his early days, before Izzy was the champion up there at middleweight. I'm pretty sure he lost, though, from memory. Sorry. A lot of fights on the card. I don't remember exactly how they went, and I don't have it in front of me. The UFC 285 card, but of course, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the main event of the evening: Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane for the heavyweight championship. And as it turns out, it went for less than 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure it was, because Jones got him with, I think, a guillotine, although it didn't look like he had it. It was a little bit confusing. And before anyone knew it, Ciryl tapped. Honestly, he made it look very easy. Very easy indeed. And yeah, just like that, he was the heavyweight champion. Made a great post-fight speech, thanking everyone. I was disappointed that it was Jones that did the post-fight interview and not DC. I was kind of hoping it would be DC, but I guess they didn't want to have them around each other with their history, so that's fine. But yeah, Rogan did the post-fight interview. Yeah, which I was a little bit disappointed about. But after, because I said, I think in the last podcast, that it sounded like Johnny Bones was maturing a bit in his take on DC and, you know, saying nice things about him. You know, oh, I'm cool with you, DC. You can, I mean, whether or not they were backhanded, who knows. You know, you can commentate my fight and all that kind of stuff, and DC kind of gave a bit of a smart reply back. But after the fight, Jones, I think, tweeted out and said, oh, what he says, like, oh, my man couldn't even pretend to smile or whatever, which, I mean, to be fair, for one, that he was talking about the footage of DC on commentary just prior to his victory. And to be fair, that, even to the fans, that guillotine was hard to see, really. I at first didn't even know if he had it. You know, it all went that quickly, so I guess DC probably wouldn't have known either. Because yeah, that was the other thing. Jones criticised a former champion for not knowing what a guillotine was, which, like I said, it really was hard to even know it was a guillotine, honestly. So, you know, Jones, yeah, but he's like, my man couldn't even pretend to smile. I mean, in all fairness, you know, if I was DC and, you know, I'd been through all the shit I'd been through with Jones, because, like, Jones wants to say that, you know, oh, DC, you made me a better competitor and blah, 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 which he may have. That rivalry was personal. There's no two ways about that. That rivalry was very, very intense and personal. And, you know, I have to say, for me, personally, if I went through all the stuff that, you know, DC was put through in that rivalry, you know, all the personal talk, obviously losing twice, and also, of course, all the PED violations of Jones, yeah, I probably wouldn't really like the man either. And you know what? I have to say, I commend DC for, you know, being upfront about it, as opposed to, you know, hiding behind I mean, obviously he's got to be, you know, somewhat civil because he's got to do his commentary job. But you know, if he doesn't like Jones, you know, I commend him for being upfront and honest about it, rather than, you know, pretending to like the man, because, you know, a lot of people probably would do that. Instead of, you know, just be honest. But in saying that, I do hope that I was right when I say that Jones has matured, because he's now, of course, the heavyweight champion of the world, and it seems is looking likely that he might get a fight with Stipe Miocic, because that's another thing. Stipe was there, which was good to see. We haven't seen him for a few years. And Dana did say that whoever wins out of this fight is getting Stipe next. So it's looking like Stipe might be back for a shot at that belt, which I'm looking forward to that fight, baby. I hope that gets announced soon. That'll be really good to watch. So in that case, Jones has got a multi-fight deal, and I really hope he manages to clean his act up and, you know, has, you know, a solid run at heavyweight, because, you know, this could be a way to, you know, reinvigorate his legacy a bit. I mean, his legacy's pretty solidified anyway, but, like, you know, just reinvigorate it again and just, you know, put a nice little cherry on top and tie the bow to the end of what was and is a great career, really, in MMA of Jon Jones. So yeah, not much else I can really say, honestly. just wanted to do another little podcast recapping UFC 285 because I know due to my microphone fucking up, the last one was a little bit shorter than I would have liked. But I'm definitely looking forward to UFC 286, and I'll do another more in-depth podcast in the lead up to that, of course. Talking about that card and everything that's going to be on it, because of course Usman and Edwards are fighting, and also Gaethje is fighting, which I'm excited about. You guys know how much I love Justin Gaethje, but yeah, anyway guys, that's about it. I'll be seeing you guys on Saturday then, I guess, and then of course watching the fight. But yeah, till next time guys, catch ya.